Hello, my fellow YouTubians. This is PoolSharkWizard, and today, guys, we are playing some PGA Tour 2K21. Now, this game is definitely awesome. I have played ever since Tiger Woods, like 97, I think, came out, and I have to admit that this is by far the closest thing to have fun with. There has been many simulators that just are not that much fun. They had the Rory McIlroy, and honestly, it was okay, but they took away so many things from the actual PGA Tour. So I'm very happy that this one actually came in. So I'm just going to do a live commentary on all this, and it's just awesome. I mean, this game I can actually have fun with. So now, granted, to set your guys' expectations, I play on easy. So I do not play on like the hard difficulty or anything. I'm definitely using the guides because I'm really not that good at the game, and it's it just makes it more fun, I think, in my personal opinion. So we got a little bit of wind coming 4 miles per hour coming down towards us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my right. I just held down the L1 button to set this up. And because the curvature is coming down a little bit to the left-hand side, I'm just going to adjust it a tiny bit. Now, guys, what I'm saying here is I play on easy. So please keep that in mind when you're watching this video. I play on easy. And to me, it's a lot more fun because I'm sorry, but I'm not a total professional golfer by any stretch of the imagination. And I don't want to say that I am at all. I just want to have fun playing a golf game. And in many years, this has actually been the most fun that I've had in quite a while being a golf game. I mean, I can wheel this back all the way to the Tiger Woods series, and that was actually fun. So they have added a bunch of additional guides in here. So for example, I'm 11 feet out. I got a little bit of an angle coming down on the right side. It's going left to right. And what I can do here is I can just hold down X to see where I'm sitting at. And right there, if I shot this straight up, I'd miss it. So because of this, I can just adjust a little bit to the left-hand side, and it should go in. Now, like I said before, guys, I do this completely in easy mode. I'm doing this in easy mode. I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination. So I just want to have fun when I come and play a video game. I want to have fun. Now, sure, you could call this as a simulator, but it's really not a simulator. For example, we got 2 mile per hour winds going to the northwest, so it's coming at us a little bit, and it's going to be a little bit to the side. So to contrast that, I'm actually going to use a little bit of spin, do a little bit of loft, and might even throw a little bit of a kicker in there. So because the arrow's going left to right, I'm going to go just a little bit to the right to left side of it. And we'll see how well this goes. As you guys can see, I have a little bit of a curve there. So we'll set it up. Hopefully it will hook us up well. If not, well, that's okay. And to me, that looks like a pretty darn good shot. Now, I could you could say, "Oh, you're using easy mode." Yes, I am using easy mode. I'm very much using easy mode. I'm not saying I'm a pro. Not saying that at all. But what I like to do in this circumstance is I'm on the putting. You see the little lines are going from the right to the left. So what I try to do is I set it up a little bit going from the right to the left, and then I hold down X. And when I hold down X, it gives me a little bit of a putting line, which has not been seen for quite some time. And I'm very happy that it's back because for casual players, I'm a very casual player. For casual players that want to come into this game, you can easily make a good score as opposed to some of the expert modes. Honestly, it's there's several folks out there that play on expert mode. Apex Hound is definitely one of those guys. I give big ups to him because he is phenomenal at this game. It's phenomenal. I'm not at that level. I will never say that I'm at that level, and hopefully sometime I could be at that level. But as far as it goes right now, the level that I'm at, I have fun. I don't like being completely stressed out. Video games are supposed to be fun. And if you're not having fun playing video games, well, then I'm sorry, but it kind of sucks. It definitely kind of sucks. So at least playing on easy mode, I have a chance. Now, if I went to some sort of expert mode, there's no way. There is no way in heck that I would actually have a chance. So, because we're using a driver here, 2 mile per hour winds going straight up, I'm going to actually throw a little bit. I'm holding down L1, and I'm going to throw a little bit on the right stick. I'm going to point that up a little bit, and I'm going to go a little bit against the 1 mile per hour wind. So we're going for 300 yards here, and let's just see how we do. Now, I probably went a little bit over. Looks like we're probably going to end up in a sand trap. Nope, we're not. Actually, wow, that was a good kick. That was a very good kick. I had no idea that kick was going to happen. Now, usually they try to set you up pretty decently. However, when they try to set you up pretty decently, see this, I could probably just hit it straight up from what they did. But the thing is I'm going to go up a couple of clubs. I'm going to go up one club, two clubs right there. And that should give me a little bit more of a good, and considering the lie that I have, the hill is kind of angled from left to right there. So I'm just going to adjust a little bit to the left-hand side, just a hair, just a hair. I'm going to bring it back, bring it in, and see, okay, I ran way past it. I probably shouldn't have gone up two clubs there, but you know what? That's okay. I could have made an eagle. Like I said, guys, this is exactly why I don't play on any expert modes, because I'm just not that good. I really am not that good, and that's okay. That's okay. You do not have to be the best at anything to enjoy playing PGA Tour. So I just did the X there. I'm gonna go a little bit, just a tad to the left hand side, and with any luck, it will go in the hole. And obviously, it did not. So, boom, there you go. Now, if I was on expert mode right here, I would probably have so many bogeys or what have you. So I just enjoy having fun. I just enjoy having fun. Because if you can't have fun playing golf, then it's just not worth playing. It really isn't. It really isn't. Now, if you had a group of folks, you had your friends and stuff playing this game at the same time, that would be totally something else. Totally something else. So we look at this, and it's 4 miles per hour straight ahead. Now, for me, that 4 miles per hour is a little extreme. Well, it might not be that bad. Actually, it might not be that bad. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold down the L1, bring down the R, my right joystick all the way down. Gonna give some loft in there, which will probably extend it a little bit. And I just hope that I'll be on the fairway here, but it could actually bounce into the water, which it almost did. So, once again, that is why I play on easy mode because, boy, this is just sad. It's just sad. So, I will throw a little bit of right on here, throw a little bit of loft on there, and let's hope I don't go in the water. Let's just hope I don't go in the water. Should stop. Oh, it didn't stop. So, again, guys, like I said, I'm not good at this game. I just enjoy playing it. I just enjoy playing it. As you guys can see the crosshairs going on here. It goes a little bit to right to left, then it goes left to right. So I'm going to just say a little bit, and plus it's a little bit downhill too. So I'm going to try to go over here. I try setting it up ahead of time. So I'm just going to hold down X and see where we end up. And it looks like, oh boy, I guess very well. I guess very well. That should go straight in. Give it a little bit. We're going a little bit downhill. Get in that pocket. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm very excited about that actual shot. Yes, let's take another look at that one. And I will actually save it. So I'll hit the square. I will actually save that shot. Very nice. Very nice. 28-foot putt. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Yeah, let's look at this incredible shot. That is a long putt. A very long putt. And this is my rival, Kevin. So he actually just made a birdie there as a... Wow, that's a good shot. That's a good shot. We'll look at the leaderboard here. I'm 2 strokes behind at this point. Now, granted, it's very early in the game. So we'll check this out. Why would I use a hybrid here? I have no idea. So I'm definitely going up to a driver. And from the driver, I have 1 mile per hour coming against me. And with that, I'm just going to bring up L1. I'll throw a little bit of right and a little bit of the right down on the joystick. And then actually, I'll probably go up a little bit. Yeah, let's just go up a little bit. The loft will balance each other out. And we'll see how this ends up. Perfect on the top side. 101% power. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. So now we got, oh, that's a ways out there. So I'm actually going to use the driver here on the second shot because I have the wind coming at me at 1 mile per hour. With that being said, I can bring down we'll throw a little bit of spin on there, and then we'll throw a little bit of loft on there, which should cut through that pretty decently. And we might overshoot this. Yeah, we overshot it. So we're definitely going to be, okay, we're going to be in the rough. But, you know, that's a chance you take. That's a chance you take. So we're looking at this. This is a pitch shot, and I think I'm just going to flop it. Look at the 0 mile per hour. Throw this up pretty decently. I'm going to throw a little bit of draw, or for you folks, just throw a little bit of bottom on the R joystick. And the L, I'm going to throw it a little bit down to give it that backspin. Now, folks that are watching this that are from different countries, they might call it differently, but I'm a pool player, hence my name. So I call it English. I call it follow. So that's my verbiage, but it might not be the verbiage for other folks. So I'm gonna hit this thing. Definitely not too shabby. Could have been better. Could have been a nice little eagle there, but we're gonna go for birdie. So that's okay. So I just moved it out a couple of notches. We'll bring down the X. Okay, looks like I have to go a couple of more notches because it is offset a little bit on the left hand side. So we'll just give it a couple of more notches. See if this will go in. Hopefully it will. Yes, it does. Now this, like I said earlier, folks, this game is a lot of fun. This is the most fun I've had in a golf game and probably since the Tiger Woods days. Um, and I've been playing the Tiger Woods series since probably 96, 97, which was EA Sports, and now 2K took it over. And I'm very happy that 2K took it over because, you know, how EA did the last one was just pathetic. They took away so many options from it. Just pathetic. They basically destroyed it. So it's kind of like, well, I mean, not a lot of people play golf, but you know, it's there is a very nice system within there that golf is fun. You can have the folks that are really good at the game. That was a very nice shot, Mike. You can have the very good folks that are, total simulation. But the unfortunate part with the simulation is it's not open for a lot of people to play. You have to be very good. Where in many years, this has actually made it where more folks can play the game and actually have fun, as opposed to being so serious. And yes, some games are very good when they're serious, but sometimes you just want to have a good time. You just want to have a good time. And this game, my friends, is just having a good time. It's so much fun. It is a lot of fun. Like I said before, it is definitely by far the most fun that I've had in a golf game in years. In years. This is the most fun I've had at golf. And I mean, already I put out one video that was just me kind of over talking, but now I'm doing the actual commentary during the entire game. So it makes it a lot better, a lot better. And the reason that I didn't do it on the last one is because recently there has been some life changes for me. I got engaged, and the my fiance is absolutely amazing. Where before I was by myself for quite a while, and I could just record these off the bat because I didn't have to worry about the surrounding sound. Because I could keep it quiet. But when you have a fiance, it you basically have to not necessarily reevaluate, but you just have to you have to have a quiet place. And the way that my house is set up, I was single. It's my townhome. I was single for many years, so I could just do what I wanted. Now that I have an amazing fiance, absolutely amazing fiance, blows my mind. I never thought I could find someone that is so awesome. I just have to, I don't really have the silence that the well, silence. Yeah, I suppose silence is a good question. Is the good part of it. I don't really have that now, where I have to actually plan out where I can actually do a commentary for it. So it's oh boy, I can't say it enough, but my fiance Heather is amazing. I never in my life thought I could find somebody so amazing. And yeah, it's been amazing. It's been amazing. So hopefully I can make a lot. Hopefully I can make some more videos. I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna make more videos because I could essentially be making. I could be making it. Let's see. I don't want to promise what I what I can't do. Essentially, and the big bonus part of it is she's completely awesome with me playing the video games. Completely awesome. And it's I never ever thought in my life that I could meet somebody so amazing. It's freaking awesome. It's awesome. I love I love my life right now. It's so good. So good. Am I gonna make it? I need to throw it off a little bit to the side. And here's the deal is the reason I'm able to make this right now is because I've had pneumonia for the last few days. And after what, 4 days, I finally feel like I can actually play a game, but I've been sleeping the majority of the time and she's out of town. So it's just it's nice. I enjoy being able to make a video again because it has been so dang long, so long that oh, it's hard to say. It's been a long time, and I'm actually being able to do some live commentary here because I miss it. I mean, boy, there was a big break that I took there. You know, I started making videos back in 2010 in Minecraft days. And that is a huge part of my life, doing the Minecraft. Because with my Minecraft friends, we were the originators that taught people how to actually play Minecraft. Because back in that day, there was no there was no where you could open up the menu and have all the recipes there. No, that was not a thing. We actually had to figure out what the recipes were, create our own worlds, and if you look back, you can see how Minecraft was in the very, very beginning. Back in the beta day, or no, in the alpha day. The first video that I made was all the way back in 2010. And it was literally about 2 months later, I went to the very first Minecon. The very first Minecon. And to this day, I still have some great friends that I met at Minecon. Minecon was incredible. And then PlayOnCon was some follow-up parts. But Minecon, the very first one, before anybody really even heard about Minecraft. And a lot of you folks that might be watching this, because I know my usual plan is like 13 years old. Minecraft was just in its infancy at that point in time, which is crazy to think about. It's just crazy to think about. And yeah, I made a lot of videos. I've done a lot of different types of videos. Grand Theft Auto, RC crawling, RC racing, a lot of different types of videos. Where nowadays I've done a lot of different videos and then I took a little bit of a break. And now I feel like I can make some more, but I'm not going to make any types of promises because things always change. Things always change. But I wanna let you guys know that I still enjoy making videos. I still enjoy it. It's still a lot of fun. Still a lot of fun. And hence this video that I'm making right now. It's live commentary. Granted, I sound a bit hoarse, but like I said, the reason that I'm hoarse right now is because I've had pneumonia. So the last, since Thursday, I felt sick. And today was the first day that I actually felt like, okay, I can actually do something other than just sleeping. Because I've been sleeping the entire time. Just about the entire time. And that really sucks because before this Labor Day weekend started, I was like, yeah, I'm going to play a lot of video games. I'm going to do some commentaries. I want to do this and that and this and that. And obviously that didn't work until tonight. So yes, I sound hoarse. I sound very different than I usually do. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. And I just bought Tony Hawk Part 1 and 2. Now, folks, if you haven't played the Tony Hawk stuff, I mean, I played that. I played, oh boy, played that when it very first came out. Amazing game. Just amazing. So, yeah, you have like the games that are skate and such things like that, but they're just not fun. They're more simulations. Where Tony Hawk, it's fun. It's fun. And if you guys want to see a video of Tony Hawk, I would be more than happy to show you. More than happy. Just let me know down in the comments if that is the type of thing that you guys would like to see. Because I just downloaded it tonight. Played a little bit of it. And I was like, oh boy, I forgot how to play this game a little bit. So I didn't post a video. But after playing it for a bit, I was like, oh boy, this brings back some memories. This brings back some major memories to me. So I'm gonna play the heck out of that game in the coming days. I'm gonna play the heck out of that thing. And it's gonna be amazing. Amazing. So let me know what you guys think of this. I'm only on the 10th hole. Holy smokes. But yeah, you guys might have watched my last video. And I didn't talk much through it. But now this one, I'm basically talking constantly. For the most part. So let me know. A little bit off there. Let me know if you guys want to see some more of these. Because honestly, it's fun to get back into it. Now, the folks that haven't made YouTube videos, it's hard to explain. But, and that's a little bit shy. It's hard to explain. But you come to a point, you might be shy at the beginning. You might be shy at the beginning like I totally was. Because I'm a very introvert. I'm not an extrovert. So when I started making videos, it was a bit difficult because I wasn't sure what to say and that sort of thing. But the whole thing about it is you really don't have to be an extrovert. All you have to do is want to be curious. You just want to be curious and you want to try it out. That's all that's to it. You don't have to be a professional off the bat. You don't have to copy other folks because, boy, when the whole YouTube thing started, people were trying to copy the other people. And it just didn't work. I mean, you could look at some of the old Minecraft videos, and man, some of the folks would try to be like other people. The unfortunate part about that is you're not being yourself. The only way to have fun at this is have your own voice. If you're trying to imitate somebody else, you're automatically at a loss. Automatically at a loss. Because that's already been done, right? So honestly, just be yourself. That's just be yourself. Just be yourself. That's it. That's it. Now that sounds scary, but I mean, boy, if you just be yourself, it's gonna feel a lot more comfortable as opposed to trying to imitate somebody else. If you're trying to imitate somebody else, you're already at a loss. Because the thing about YouTube is you have to have your own voice. If you don't have your own voice, if you don't have your own mannerisms, then people really, they just look at you as a duplicate person trying to be somebody else, which is unfortunate because everybody in the world is different. There is no person that is the same. Everybody is completely different. And if you take advantage of being completely different, it is amazing. I mean, I originally started trying to be like somebody else, but it just doesn't work out. It doesn't work out. I can't believe how good I'm doing here. Well, I am on easy mode, so that kind of makes sense. But you have to have your own voice. If you can't have your own voice on here, then it sounds rude, but you have no business being on here. You just don't. I mean, I'm not a professional YouTuber at all. But when you can watch somebody and they sound exactly like somebody else, that's just sad. It's just sad. And I might sound completely rude in that fact, but you do have to. You are an individual that has your own voice, your own mannerisms, and that's such a thing. But if you can't, here's the deal: if you can't have fun making videos, if you're worried about what everybody else thinks, screw them. The hell with them. Because I have had many, and I still get negative comments from the videos that I've made previously. But here's the deal: those folks that leave negative comments, they don't even have their own YouTube channel. If you try to look up their YouTube channel, they have nothing. So, in a sense, if they're trying to knock you down and they don't even have their own channel, it's pretty pathetic. It's very pathetic. And yes, it's a new thing of bullying. Now, when I was through high school and everything, I got bullied. I did get bullied, but the thing is, I've gone to my class reunions, and those folks that bullied me in high school now look up to me because I actually made something of myself where they basically didn't make a damn thing about themselves. They didn't do anything to make themselves better. And it's just pathetic. I mean, I'm a geek. I'm a total geek. I don't mind being a geek. I love being a geek. Back in the day, though, if you were a geek, you totally got bullied. Totally got bullied. But now it just doesn't matter as much because us geeks, and this sounds crash, but us geeks are the ones that rule the freaking world. I mean, we are the ones that, despite our difficulties in high school, right? I was a hacky sack player. I hung around the. I had a mullet. I was a hockey player. I wasn't popular by any stretch of the imagination. No stretch of the imagination. And nobody would give me the time of day back then. But however, now if I run into my former classmates, they are like, "Oh my god, you've done something with your life," and I'm like, "Yeah," and you haven't done a damn thing. So that sounds very crash, very very crash. But the truth of the matter is, I chose my life, and I didn't do it to impress anybody else. I did me, and doing me ended up being superb. It's it's just it's it's hard for you to imagine because I know the usual folks that watch my watch my videos. Things may seem very impossible and all that, but the thing of it is you're an individual. You don't have to impress anybody. The only one that you're accountable for is yourself. That's the only one. If you decide to sit back and not do anything and continue the just taking it to take it type of thing, it's not healthy. What you do, and I'm not saying that you have to go stand up to people or anything like that. I'm saying you make choices throughout your life, even though school sounds like it's just a whole nother thing. And a lot of you folks, um, so school is completely different nowadays. I mean, back when I was in high school, just to give you an idea, back in high school, we did not have air conditioning in school. We did not have air conditioning in school. Now I'm gonna be 47 on 9/11, so that'll give you a perspective. Now, back when I was going to school, we didn't have air conditioning. The computer and the cell phone were non-existent. We had an Apple II computer my senior year. So we didn't have tablets, we didn't have anything like that. We were still in what was it? CDs just came out. Literally my senior year of high school. CDs just came out. Now, a lot of you probably don't even know what a CD is, but we had cassette tapes. We had cassette tapes, and then my very first CD was Vanilla Ice. That was my very first CD. DVDs, psh, they were non-existent, non-existent. So to put it in perspective, you guys have information at your fingertips. When I was going to school, in order to find out anything, we actually had to go to the library. We had to check out books. We had to look at encyclopedias. We couldn't just we couldn't just open up Google or anything like that and put in a phrase that would tell us what it is. Now that is very hard for you folks to imagine. But some of the other folks could probably imagine that. And I know they probably do. But our phones were not wireless. They had a cord on them. And I've watched some videos where some kids are trying to use the phone, but they don't even know how to dial a dialing phone with a cord on it. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. It is hilarious. So, in my generation of everything, when I was first born, to put this in perspective, when I was first born, we only had, um, what was it? We only had 8 tracks was the music. And those are some big cartridges that had the music. So remote controls didn't exist. Our remote controls actually had a wire to it that would only go out about 5 feet. There was no wireless. There was no wireless. It only went out about 5 feet, and that was our remote control. It was wired. It was not wireless. So it's boy, when I look back on the things. So my very first video game system was the Intellivision. Very first Intellivision. And if we wanted talking in a video game, we had to have this extra voice controller thing that sounded totally PC. So we had this game called B-17 Bomber. Well, the voice control for B-17 Bomber was it was like a total computer generated sound. It wasn't like nowadays where it's just clear as day what they're saying. Boy, it was back in that day. Oh my stars. You guys can't imagine. Now, of course, the folks are listening that actually lived through that life. It was something else. You guys have it so easy. If we wanted it, uh, if we want, if we wanted to rent a movie, for example, right? We actually had to go to a video store, and if that was not in stock, we had to wait a few days to for it to be returned. Because back in that day, if you were renting a video, it was probably like $5. Well, no, it was probably $3 to rent a video. However, if you went to the video store, there was only, and this is VHS, this is not even DVD, this is VHS. VHS, you would put the cassette in the very top, push it down, and then you could watch it. Now, if you were watching that video, basically when you took it back to the video store, you had to rewind it. So you would watch it once and you had to rewind the whole video, which probably took 5 to 10 minutes to rewind the entire movie. If you didn't rewind the entire movie, you would get charged. So it's just kind of crazy where a DVD, which you might be a little bit familiar with, a DVD, you didn't have to rewind it. So that was huge. That was huge. It's a lot of differences. And I find it amazing where they're like, I can't believe you just couldn't if you wanted to watch a movie, you couldn't just a open up your TV, go to Netflix or go to Amazon Prime or something like that. If you wanted to watch a movie, you actually had to leave your house, go into the video store, pay the price if they had it in stock. If they didn't have it in stock, well, then you'd have to go back a different day. It's just crazy. It's just crazy to think about. Crazy to think about. You guys think it's so rough, but you have no idea. But then again, back in the day, we didn't. You couldn't, if you wanted to look something up, you couldn't just look it up. You couldn't just look it up. You actually had to go into the library, grab an encyclopedia. It wasn't like right now type of thing. Everything. We had to write checks. Now, a lot of you probably don't even know what a check is. We actually had to write a check. There was no credit card usage. It was like you had to write out a check or you had to pay cash. It's just crazy. And I'm sure none of you really care, but hey, it's it's fascinating to me because my fiance has a daughter that's 7 years old, and she just and I tell her about these things, and it's just amazing. She's like, "You had to do what?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, that's what we had to do." And back in our day, we would actually go outside and play. We'd go outside and play. If we were bored, our parents would say, "Go outside, play with your friends." That's not the thing today. It's like everybody's got their phones or iPhones. I find it fascinating, fascinating when we crawl into the car if we're going on a trip or something. Literally within 10 seconds, her daughter is like, "Mom, can I have your phone?" And it's just like, wow. When we were that age, basically we had a pan that might have vehicle bingo in it, but it wasn't an app. It was a physical card that would have red sliders if you had a bingo. Not electronic. Not electronic. Insane. Insane. And you know what? That's the way it is. That's the way it is. It's okay. It's okay. It's just fascinating. So fascinating. I mean, if you guys could see what in television golf looked like, maybe I can find a short clip and throw it in here. But if I don't, then it's okay. But compared to what this golf is now, compared to what it was when I started, you guys would be just ecstatic. It's just like, holy crap. How did you play golf with that? And it's the truth. It's the truth. I might try to find a little clip on what golf looked like when I first started playing golf on a video game. See, this looks kind of realistic, right? Boy, when I started, it was just dots. Just dots. It was just crazy. I'm actually having fun. I'm actually having fun. It's fun to talk about. Fun to talk about the history. Granted, that's probably boring to a lot of you folks. But at the same time, to us folks that were around in that era of video gaming, they understand, appreciative, and it might even spark up some memories of how difficult things were. See, you could look at Contra, for example. Up, up, down, down, left, right, select, start. Contra. Great game. Great game back in the day. But if you died, you had to start over brand spanking new. There was no respawning. It's like if you lost, you were done. So if you wanted to finish that game, you could not die once. Well, granted, the up, up, down, down, left, right, BA select start, I think is the correct one, would be two players, and that would give you 30 lives to try to make it through. But if you didn't know that code, you would literally have 3 lives. If your 3 lives did not make it long enough, you completely lose and start over from scratch. If you died, you were starting over from scratch. And then you'd have to try to go through that whole thing again. Same with Super Mario. So the respawn feature did not exist at all. Did not exist. There was no respawn. There was no Call of Duty respawn. If you died, boom, you can get right back into where you were. No. No. It was like if you died, you had to start over from scratch again. Now, you guys can't imagine that. I know you can't. Don't try to tell me that you can, because you have no idea. So you had to literally try. It was, there was no mistakes. If you screwed up and you died, you're starting over from scratch again. No respawns. No response. You were starting over from dead scratch again. No hanging on to the weapons that you had. Nope. Nope. You would not hang on to the weapons that you had, because you would start over from freaking scratch again. Which you guys can't imagine. But at this point, I'm glad I got to talk. I'm glad I got to do a live commentary. Granted, my voice is very hoarse, but I hope you guys had fun in this. Let me know if you guys would like to see some more of these videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you made it this far, say, great game, Mike. If you didn't, that's okay. Have yourselves a great night or a day, depending on when you watch this. And thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, take care, and I'll talk to you guys next time.